more than the paint job, because David had moved out into this really beautiful flat with all this space, a clawfoot tub, and he and Scott ended up taking all their baths at Page Street and sleeping in the tiniest room, in the loft of the tiniest room, because that's what Scott got, because he was low man on the totem pole moving in, and we all had moved up a notch. And I know we really thought about it, because we really wanted to live with Scott. We couldn't imagine that he'd move into that tiny room.
And couldn't even lie down there.
We talked, well, he could lie down diagonally. And that's how he slept, he slept diagonally in the loft. And so we talked about, oh, we really want to live with Scott, maybe we should, but nobody was willing, we all wanted to move up a notch, whatever. Nobody was willing to, we all wanted more space, so we were not, no, he's the low man that told Paul if he wants to move in, he's got to move into that room, and he did, and then David and he ended up really sharing it. And they spent almost no time. They spent almost no time at David's beautiful apartment.
I had no idea David even had another apartment. I didn't know.
He did. He had another apartment that he was paying more money for. But I think he was a controlling queen at that apartment or something. It wasn't the warm and cozy, whatever. It wasn't so warm and cozy, even though it was clean, spacious, and elegant. It wasn't warm and cozy Page Street. But what really, I did see his bathroom at the other apartment. I was just shocked that he and Scott had so many baths at Page Street. When I saw their palatial clawfoot for separate tub. They had all their baths at Page Street. That was it.
See the house that I lived here as a younger kid. He was, maybe 20. And he said, yeah, we found a secret room.
Yes, I remember hearing that story.
I remember I think before that little room that you were talking about had not been part of the house.
That was part of the pantry.
It had just been sealed off. They didn't even know about it. These kids were climbing around, living there, growing up, and then they found the window. Hey, there's a room in here, there's a room in here. And remember how the door really wasn't a door? It was just sort of cut out between.
And there was that big cabinet, chest of drawers. That was the secret room I found. Oh, so
that was the secret popcorn.
That was the popcorn room.
Which I made into a dark room later.
It was perfect, but no, the room that Scott lived in and Jennifer lived in had not actually been part of the house. It was sort of just this. Well, I don't know what it was, but this kid said that he came up. They had been exploring. They found this room, and that's why the door really wasn't a door. It was just sort of cut out of the wall, and then they put in a louvered door in there.
Yeah.
I think that was Walt Mike. It might have been. I think Walt Mike was owning it because he was renting from Mike at that time.
Oh, really? Yeah. Could have been. Well, when we first looked at the place, Mike said, and you could put a person in here.
Oh, that was it?
But
yeah.
It was already there.
So he knew about it.
Oh, the room was already open when we moved in.
So who had it before you guys moved in?
I don't know. The next door neighbors were Diogi and his girlfriend.
Tina.
They were there.
And their dog Dogus.
And Dogus were there when we moved in. Well, they might not have had Dogus yet. They got Dogus later. They moved in, and when we asked Tina about the landlord, she said, "Oh, he's an old coot." She was from Texas or something. She had a southern accent. And I think that Pam had found the place. Maybe Pam and Scott Carhart. They weren't sure, and they had me come back, and they told me he was an Irishman, so I put on my green dress. I let my hair out. We went back, and when we came in, we were really worried because we had no references, and only one or two of us had a job we had three of us going, Scott Carhart, Pam, and me. And I don't know how many of us had a job, maybe one of us.
You guys still living at 510?
We were living at 510, and we believed the guy who was our cokehead landlord who was threatening to throw us all out, which we didn't have to, because Matt ended up staying for another 10 or 15 years and making money when I moved out. You never have to move out. That's the story of Matt. Matt's story is you don't really have to move out. But anyway, we thought we had to move out. So and also we had too many people. We'd had too many people move out to stay there anyway in that space. So we had to move to let everybody fit in. So we were looking, and there were there was a gay couple there before us, these two men, and we thought, oh my God, they had all these references. and they had their credit reference, they had their credit report, and they were talking about how they were going to fix up. Little did we know that this was like poison to Mike's ears. They were talking about how they could fix the floors and the ceiling and how they would fix everything up and make everything spiffy. And then afterwards he talked to us, and he was asking them all these questions. He wanted to see the references, he wanted to see this and that, and he wanted all this stuff from them, and we're like waiting, we're like, oh my God, we don't have any of those things he's asking for, there's no way we'll get this apartment. So they finally leave, and he said, oh well, and the only question he asked us was how long we all knew each other. And Pam and I had been through 4 years of high school together, and Scott and I had known each other since we were like 6. Since I was 6 and he was 4. So that was the only question he asked us. And then he was showing us the apartment, and he was like, and we of course were planning to move more than the 3 of us in. But we're pretending it's only the 3 of us because none of the landlords we went to ever wanted to, have more people. And so he's showing us the 3 bedrooms, and he points to that little room. He says, "And you could fit a person in here." The people before you, they had someone sleeping in here too.
The little tiny room?
Yeah. Of course, we'd already figured out we were going to rent out the little tiny room.
We'll pay for the whole place.
So that was the intro to him.
And that was not the little tiny room, that was the bathroom, right?
What?
The back room, which was the pantry.
The pantry, the pantry. He pointed to the pantry. Like, you can put
Which one? The
somebody
one off the living room, or the Jennifer room?
The Jennifer.
Yeah.
No, not
That
the
other room was really too small.
Oh.
I think you should refill your shot.
Stanley's room? Rose's room?
Stanley, no, that was big enough to live in. No, that was a
Put
genuine
that right
room.
there.
We were going, there was 3 people looking for the
Thanks,
3
Ashley.
rooms, so that was definitely.
I think that was the original
romantic.
Bathroom? No, I think because it didn't, or like age group or something, because I had like a toilet.
This looks so good on you. You don't like wearing it. Show me though.
I think because it didn't, or like age group or something, because I had like a toilet.
This looks so good on you. You don't like wearing it. Show me though.
Mike.
Like, a little more rosé for me.
I'll just open a beer.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thanks, Glenn, for the beer. Cheers.
To Mike.
To Mike.
Mike.
Street days.
Street days. They lasted a long time.
They're kind of still lasting, aren't they?
They are. Well, I think that Sierra and
They're still there.
Yeah?
I'm still there.
Are they bone, Barb, and
See,
Sierra?
that's the story. That's Matt's
You don't
story
have
is
to
you
leave.
don't have to leave.